Yo, what up, everybody? So today I got a special video. I want to start something new in my channel. Basically, I'm gonna be doing interviews to local barbers in my area, and just see, their story behind the chair. How they started barbering, why they started barbering, all that. So today we got a special guest, Willie Cuts. I met him at barber school, really raw barber. So let's get into the video, guys, and it's basically gonna be like a quick little Q&A. Yeah, let's get this rolling, guys. Show you guys a little bit around the shop first. So my station's right there. Right now it's kind of messy, but we'll get it fixed now. Alright guys, so we're here with Willie Cuts.
What up, y'all?
So basically, bro, for today I was gonna do a little like Q&A for everybody that is out there, so they can get to meet you and stuff. So yeah, we could get right into the video. How long have you been a barber for?
I've been cutting about 4 years. 4 years, going to 5 years.
And then you were cutting before you got your license, right?
To be honest, when I got into school, I didn't know how to cut. I didn't even know anything. I was watching tutorials, but other than that, I never touched a clipper. Once I went to school, that's when I ended up getting a clipper.
So another question is, what has been the hardest part of being a barber?
Hardest part of being a barber? To be honest, cutting hair is the easy part once you get to know. But to be honest, the customer service, being able to satisfy someone for the haircut, like the way how they want the haircut, because it's hard to understand people and how they want everything 100%. You gotta find that little intermediate to be able to be like, all right, I can do this for sure, and knowing what you're capable of doing, because sometimes you have to acknowledge what you can do and what you can't do. So
yeah, because I feel that a lot of people, honestly, that are starting out, they go based on like, the haircut's what has a meaning to it, but in reality is customer service.
No, yeah, the haircut does have a meaning, but 100% it'll be the customer service, because the customer service is key. I mean, I've always said that it's 60% customer service and the rest is haircut. So, but yeah, 100% it's customer service.
The other question is, what made you become a barber?
That's a funny question. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. After high school, I graduated and everything, and I ended up just like not knowing what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to get into a business.
Y'all cool? We turn it up, or y'all record?
You're good.
I just sold.
Do it. Do it.
Bloopers. My bad.
Alright,
Actually, we're gonna ask you how's y'all going, bro? Be smooth.
Alright, I'm gonna just answer that question. So what made you become a barber?
The funny story about that is I did not know what I wanted to do in my life. I didn't know 100% what I really wanted to do. I knew that if I would have gone to college and just gotten my gen X, I wouldn't know. I didn't want to be like that other person that switched majors just because, oh, I didn't like this, I don't like that. So I took 2 years off. I worked at a warehouse job for 2 years after high school. But I was always catching myself watching YouTube videos on how to cut, like the 60 GZ, Chris Vazio, like all those other barbers, Get Beat and all them. I was watching them, and to be honest, I started getting into it, and then I started seeing how like the barber culture is kind of. So one day I decided well, my friend at the time, he I started seeing him that he was cutting hair, and one day I needed a haircut, and I'm not gonna lie, it was like a Christmas day, and I was gonna do some stuff early in the morning, and my barber was booked out, bro, like booked out. So I told him like, hey bro, can you cut me up at 7 in the morning? And he goes, yeah, for sure. So I went to his house. I got there at 7 in the morning, got a haircut, and then I started asking him questions about the barbering industry and how he likes it and all that. And then I asked him about barber school, and so he referred me to the barber school. And I'm not gonna lie, I just went there, and I didn't even look at other barber schools, bro. I just went there, signed up, and see what happened. But ever since then, it's been a journey. I appreciate every single bit of it.
What's something that you learned about yourself with being a barber?
That's a good question. I learned how to not procrastinate as much. I mean, I still do it, but that, and then I ended up growing more into one thing barbering did teach me, and I ended up learning that I can be ambitious. Because I got to the point, bro, where I wanted to do more and more and more. Like, I was like, all right, I can do this. What else can I do? So I guess that's what I really wanted to do. I want to be able to do anything that I needed to do, if it makes any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've learned that, and then being able to how to manage, bro, like manage life in barbering, how to manage anything. I mean, not just financially, but also life. Like, I've learned how different people manage different things just by asking them, because I feel like you get knowledge from everyone. It could be, dude, it could legit be from a 16-year-old up to a 60-year-old. So I feel like being able to knowledge everything, and I ended up building my character off of that. So yeah, that's one of the things that I can say that I definitely did. So
if you could have another profession, what would it be?
another profession?
I would think cars for you, something with cars.
Cars, yeah, but it's more like a hobby, bro. I mean, I love cars. I grew up with cars, and 100% like my brothers do it. But I don't see myself doing that every day. I see it more of like, oh, okay, I'll wrench on a day off where I have the time, you know, like when I need to work my car. But it's just, I get more pissed off than anything. But 100%, I'll say profession-wise, that's a hard one, bro. I mean, I guess you can say being teaching. I mean, being able to see that, and then I never thought that I would teach in general. I mean, being able to do that, build that foundation for someone, is pretty dope. So.
The other question is, what was your barber school experience like? Because I know that's a journey for sure. I was only there for 2 years.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, barber school was fun, but it was also like stressful. Because at the time, like I said, I was working at WeatherTech, or the warehouse, and at the time I did part time. I did part time because I was scared to go full time. To be honest, I mean, I had, like I've told everybody, I mean, I had quite a bit of money saved up, and I wanted to buy my car, and I was like, I'm gonna buy, at the time it was a G35, so I was like, I'm gonna buy my G, and I was saving up good bread up until someone in school, barber school, and she knows who she is if she sees it, but she started motivating me, like, dude, just go to barber school, like, go full time, like, don't do the part time because it's gonna take you longer, and you're gonna be wanting to give up, because I bet you wanted to give up in those 2 years. And you kind of thought about it like, bro, and I bet you slept a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
So when I went full time, I'm like, you know what, screw it. So I had to talk with my pops, and I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna need your help. Like, I can't pay those bills. And I know you gave me the bills and this and that, but I'm gonna need all the money that I can so I can be able to save it up and just spend it on barber school. And so yeah, bro, I ended up doing it full time, and it was fun. I mean, a lot of troubles and tribulations. I mean, at the time I had a car where like it was reliable to the point where it wasn't reliable, and dude, I hold on to that car because I didn't have the financials to be like, you know what, let me go ahead and sell this car and go buy a better car. So I ended up holding on to it. I mean, it was my beater with a heater basically, but yeah, no, I had to do that. And then what else? The journey between cutting hair, bro, seeing the progression of when I started, to where I am, where I was at the time when I got out of barber school. Because I didn't even know how to hold a clipper, bro. I was shaking. When I first got my first client, you start shaking, you start sweating, hyperventilating, and then you're like, damn, I hope I don't mess up. So, but it was a journey. It was fun. I mean, I can say my classmates were pretty fun at the time. Yeah, dude, I liked it a lot. So,
I agree with you, bro. For anybody out there, do you recommend becoming a barber?
yes and no. If you see yourself having passion for hair or for something, then yes. If you're doing it for the money at the beginning, no. Because that's what I've always told people. In the beginning of barbering is what's going to make you or break you. Why? Because when you get out of barber school or when you're starting barbering, not just barber school, barbering in general, the main question is, who knows you? Like, nobody knows you to cut hair. So at that point, bro, what you gotta do is get your name out there. I mean, get your name out there. Try to get people to be like, all right, go to my boy Willie or go to my boy Jesus or stuff like that. Because you just gotta get your name out there. And every single haircut has to be your best work that you can get. Yeah, you might have some here and there where people don't like your haircuts, but I mean, it's just opinions, you know, or expectations that some people exceed or that you can't exceed. I mean, at that point, everybody's expectations is different. But back to that question, yes and no. It would have to be. I would have to talk to them and be like, you have to love the craft. You have to be able to be like, okay, am I able to work with people? Because 100% you have to bite the tongue 9 times out of 10 before you say anything. Why? Because it's either, it takes two to fight. And you sometimes have to bite your tongue and just swallow those words and not say anything. Multiple times I've gotten cursed out, this and that, but it's because of the lack of customer being able to understand you. So, but no, yeah, I would recommend. I would be like yes and no. It would have to depend on the person, to be honest, because some people have the patience, some people don't. So, and some people can snap like this in a matter of seconds. So.
It's funny because we were just talking about this earlier. But what is the most haircuts you've done in a day?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's funny because it's always around the Thanksgiving, Christmas time, or the back to school haircuts. In a day, I have counted. I've done about 19 people. I almost broke my 20, but that was me from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And that's about 19 people. I mean, it wasn't easy. I was tired as hell. But yeah, 19 people is about the most people that I've cut, 100%.
What are the most hours you've worked in a day?
From 9 I would say from 9 to 9, or it'd be like, one day I did work till like 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I got off of work and then I had family over and they put me to work in my own house, bro. So yeah, from literally from 9 a.m. to like 1 in the morning. But it was a whole different experience when I was with my family.
Oh, yeah, it's the family. You can't ever go out without your clippers or.
Bro, you go to family reunion or function, and first thing they know, you cut your hair and be like, you got your clippers in the car? Like, no, come on, it's like they are. They want haircut right then and there.
So another question is, did you ever feel like giving up?
Oh yeah, 100%, multiple times. It's just the road, the journey. At the beginning, that's when I really thought if it was for me or not. That was when I really thought that, like, is this really for me? 'Cause that's when I told you earlier. It can either make you or break you. I mean, I think my dad a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think my dad a lot. Why? Because he motivated me to keep on going. He motivated me to keep on going. He would always, every single time I come back from work, I would sit there for 4 or 5 hours and get one haircut. And at the time, I'd be like, in English, I mean in Spanish, he would tell me something, but I'm a translator. And he'd be like, oh, how many haircuts you do today? And I was like, to be honest, Bob, I only got one. And he's like, well, you got it next time. Maybe next time you'll get two. Or don't worry, because later on you're going to be to the point where you're going to be telling people that you can't because you're booked out. So he would always tell me, motivate me, which I really do thank him, because if it wasn't for his motivation and him pushing me to be greater and to do more things, I think it would have been a lot harder. But yeah, no, that was one of the things that I can say my dad pushing me from not giving up. People giving you attitude, bro, and you having to swallow it. I mean, there's been a couple times where one guy screamed at me, well, not screamed, but started talking smack because I didn't cut like his barber from wherever he was from. And you already know, every person cuts different, just like every person cooks different. So I try to exceed his expectations, but like I said earlier, you can't always exceed someone's expectations. But he wanted certain things and gave me a bad review saying that I was trash, but I tried my best. So, but stuff like that, like all the negative things, but I took it more as like I'm learning into this, you know. So, but yeah, there's been multiple times where I've thought about quitting and being like, am I really fit for this industry or for cutting hair? So, but you have to be able to know how to beat that obstacle. So,
Oh yeah, it's definitely harder than it seems.
oh yeah, 100%.
So craziest thing ever that happened to you in the barbershop or at barber school? The barber school sometimes gets wild.
So, alright, I'm gonna say this. You already know, I mean, some of you guys don't know, but I do teach at Midwest, so I got my license and everything, and I was teaching one day. And I don't know if you were there, I'm not sure, but one student, and he's gonna know when he sees this, one student ended up cracking his head open and knocking himself out, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. At the time, I kind of like panicked because I see a guy, I literally see someone laying on the shampoo chair, like knocked out, and I'm like, he has no food, not responding or anything, pale yellow. And the next thing you know, I look at his head and I see a really big gash in his head. So that was the most scariest experience ever. Now that I look back at it, it's kind of funny, but at the time it was scary. I had all the students were looking at you. You have 30 plus students looking at, making a whole circle. I'm like, dude. That part, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. that was the most that I've experienced. Um, that one, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That one was terrifying. And then after a while, once a couple weeks went by, he started making jokes out of it. But at first it was like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was definitely not there for that one, but I've heard about it.
yeah. The fact that he knocked himself out is crazy.
What is something that you're still trying to get better at as a barber?
My procrastination. I procrastinate a lot. There's a lot of things that I'll be like, I'll do it tomorrow, or believe it or not, doubts. I sometimes doubt myself from doing things. I mean, not a lot of people know what you're going through. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Not a lot of people know what you see, because in social media nowadays, I give you an image of what you see, but my image and outside of in the other side of the phone is a whole different thing. So I do have a lot of doubts on doing things. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's a human thing. You get scared of doing things. So that's one thing that I want to work on. Not being scared, being able to say, you know what, screw it. Let me go ahead and do this. But even though like that, it's still tough. Procrastination, being scared. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Just becoming something that I need to work on is just, I feel like being able to communicate better. I mean, even though next to how I was 4 years ago, it wasn't the same as now. I mean, 4 years ago, it would have been different. I would be more into myself and think about myself and not anybody else. So, but me learning and being able to know how to manage a shop helped me out to being able to speak up and tell people like, look, this is what's going on and this and that. That's one thing I did learn a lot throughout the time. I mean, but I still feel like I can get better at it. Communication and all that. I mean, obviously, haircuts can always be something that you can improve, but that's for me, that's something minimal, because if you know how to cut, at that point you're just being your worst critic. But 100%, I agree with you. Things.
What's something that you don't like about the barbering industry? It's not all gold out there, you know. We all have our...
No, we know. Something that I don't like about the barber industry. I feel like people that think they're the stuff after a while, thinking that this industry is not evolving, not changing, being able to have like people that are ego, that have high egos. There's a difference between being confident and being cocky. I mean, one thing I can definitely say, 100% is the egotistic of people. Because I've seen some other people tell me like, why would I need to learn this if I know how to do that, or I can do this just by doing that. But it's like, no, you gotta evolve. Like right now, barbering, you already see it. It's like, it's not just short hair. So, barbering is not just short hair. It's you got people that have long hair now, bro. Like some people want the burst fades with the long mullet, or like your brother. That man has that mullet. I don't know what it is at this point, but he got it up to his back and like stuff like that. Like being able to know how to do everything. One thing that I wanted to learn is being versatile, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays they want to separate themselves or like be like, oh, I don't need that. So getting closer, bro. I feel like we should be able to support each other and not worry about what people think about us. You know what I mean? Like one thing I am a big person that tell me is like, look, some people have beef with other people, and yeah, I get it. Some people tell me, oh, don't hang out with this person. Like that right there to me is like, like, why are you feeding me into this? You know what I mean? Like, at that point, I'm not even talking to the person, but you're already giving me a perspective of that person, and at that point, I'm already thinking that he's a bad person the whole time. He's really not. You just had a disagreement between both of you guys, and at that point, what can I do? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just getting to know the person, or you're telling me about this person, and I can't really say anything. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like having that gap of like being able to like, hey, like, this is what happened, this and that, but being able to stay closer to each other, have that unity, being able to do that is, I feel like it's one thing that we should be better on.
So for the last question though is, who is someone that inspires you?
That's a hard question because I have a lot of people. I mean, one person that I have, and I always said he's my mentor. I mean, obviously, you know him, Mr. J. He inspired me as a business person. Another person that inspires me is like that I see that he's progressing, and I'm trying to get into that field. Is Kirby. He's pretty good at what he's doing. The education-wise aspect of it, I feel like that right there is kind of like damn, like he's able to do this. If he can do it, I can do it too. That is one person that inspires me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The barbershop that I'm in, every single one of them is different. Like, every single one of them inspire me to be better and inspire me to see how they see what they see, you know. Because school too, being people in school inspire me, like bro, like being able to see, me being able to set that foundation of learning how to cut. Because one thing they'll always will say is when they ask you, oh, how'd you learn how to cut? First thing they're gonna say, oh, I learned off of Will, I'm Midwest, or I learned off of Will because of this, and that. So that is something that I set the foundation. What I did is I helped them plant the seed, and they ended up watering themselves. So that's one thing I can say that inspired me the most. That inspires me the most is those things, because 100%. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I don't want to say big name peoples, because some big name peoples are not 100% what you think they are. I mean, and not everybody is like that too. So, but I look up to those people because there's reasons to it, and not just because they're famous. It's more because of the work that they put in and the aspect of how they see business and everything. So for me, it's a little bit of everything: the work, the hustle, the business aspect, and even seeing how some people are workaholics. Like, there's some people that stay for the barbershop from 9 to 8 p.m. every day, almost. Or they'll be like, you know what, it's 9:55, or it's something, it's close to closing, and they'll be like, you know what, I'll take you. Like, and they take off the coat and cut them up. Like, that right there is like kind of like, damn, okay, putting in that work. So everything pays off.
Well, guys, this is gonna wrap the video with Willie. Anything you would like to say to the camera, bro?
Nothing, not much. All I gotta say is follow your dreams. I mean, follow what you need to do. I mean, if you really feel like something is going to work out with you, do it. I mean, do it until you can't no more. I mean, follow your goal, but you could always change your plan, but never your goal. That's one thing I can say, and I put that in consideration. Doing that. So being able to do that. So
this is gonna wrap up the video, bro. Thank you for taking your time.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
I know. Yeah. And I'll see you guys in the next one.